What's up everyone, Scoops here. Today I'm going to show you one of my favorite mods that you guys have all been waiting for, the GPS mod. I'm going to show you how we use it, why I use it, and when I use it. You can use it for straight lines. We can also switch tracks. We can make sure we're going up and down the aisles where we want. We can save our favorite tracks that we normally go on. We can also adjust all of our favorite tracks. Let's see, I can turn the tractor here, get us right back onto the track, do our turn. Now say we're a little bit off here, I can even adjust my track and get me back onto the line that we want to be. These tracks will all move. The tractor does all the driving for you. It is done through global position system or GPS. This is available on ModHub. Alright, so first things first, we have to install the GPS on the tractors that we purchase. So once the mod is installed, any tractor that you have existing in the map, it will not have the GPS function until you install it on the tractor. Just go to your garage, edit the vehicle, or buy a new vehicle and install the GPS on it. You will see here we have global positioning system. Most cases, almost every single tractor, I'm pretty sure, is $15,000 upgrade. This tractor in particular, we can actually throw a design, put the Starfire on it. Without the Starfire, you'll see it's on there for us. So now we have GPS installed. Most your tractors you actually will see come with the GPS, and it actually has a visible GPS on the roof of the tractor for us. So once you do that, go ahead and purchase your tractor, get yourself set up on the field. Now on the bottom right of my screen above my speedometer, you guys will see the functions of the GPS are now available to us on our monitor. To turn the GPS on, we are going to hit Alt-C. That's going to bring the satellite to the GPS. It's going to let it know our location on the field, where we want to be set up, where we need our path to be. Below that, you'll see the steering wheel. That is going to be the direction of the steering wheel. As you can see, I'm moving it from 90, 92, 101, 104. Whatever direction we're going, it's going to be degrees. So right now we're heading, I think we're heading east. So we're going to be at about 90 degrees. Okay, let's get set up. So we're going to hit Control S. Control S is going to bring us to our menu. This is our GPS menu where we set all of our functions in GPS. Enable guidance steering. You'll see if I turn it on, we'll have the GPS already working with the steering wheel, with the guides, everything on. Show lines. This is really good function to have when you're first learning GPS. When you're doing a turn, you're going to be able to line it up directly onto the path that you're moving. Snap terrain, depending on what kind of terrain you're on. These flatlands, normally I wouldn't have these on. The most important function in GPS is going to be your auto width. This is where it's going to tell us the size of our equipment. 50.81 right now is what we are using. If we hit auto width, you'll see it changes to the exact width of the equipment that we're using. If you wanted to adjust that, for some reason, say you wanted like a little bit less room, or you wanted only half of it to work, you can adjust that with this minus up. You see we're going down, we're going up now. You can do it by different increments as well. We can do 3.2 on this one, so I can go all the way down to 27 if I wanted to. But for now, we are going to hit auto width. Auto width is going to bring us to 50.45. Offset, we're not using anything with offset right now, so we're actually just going to cancel that out, make it 0. Make sure we still have 50.45 here. And then we have a headland mode. This is where it will turn the GPS off the equipment whenever we get a certain distance from the end of the field, which is the headland. So 29 feet or 9 meters is about where it would stop if I have this function on. I do not use this. I use all manual GPS. So I actually turn the GPS on and off when I need it and when I don't need it. Alright, so next step, let's go over and set our actual field. There is two ways of doing this, A plus B. So you set A, you set B. The other one is A plus heading, which is the easiest way of using GPS. Doing this, we just hit set A. It says desired cardinal degrees. So if we wanted to head east, we're going to go 90. Set cardinal. So now our GPS is set for 90 no matter what. If we turn it on with Alt X, you'll see my steering wheel is now green. It is going to keep us at 90 degrees, around 90 degrees. You see it wavers a little bit. But now we're set at 90 degrees. It will not move off of this. Now if I turn the steering wheel a little bit, or left or right, it may disable it, but most small movements aren't going to disable it. So we moved all the way 90 degrees. There's no wavering. It's gonna stay exactly where it needs to be. Let's say we want to go south, so we want to go down the other way. What we'll end up doing is we'll hit set heading and we'll set 360. Set 360 cardinal. You see now it wants us to go this way. Now we can turn right onto the GPS. It'll find it with Alt X. We turn it on, and now it will find our path that we want to go to. This is hands off the wheel. This is hands off the keys. It does all this for me. So now we're running a straight line at 180 degrees. So we're actually heading completely south now. You can hear the Walker Farm water coming through now. But now we're heading 180. We will not vary off of this path until we turn the wheel too much, or we hit Alt X. Alt X is going to turn it off. And now we can move whatever direction we want, left, right, wherever we want to go. The minute that we hit Alt X, it's going to bring us straight back onto our path, and it will align us again with the field. And now we're aligned up and we're moving straight again. All right, so now we say we're getting to a turn. Now this is a function you could use if you really understand GPS, or start to understand GPS. We're going to turn it off. We're going to hit Control S. After we turn it right back on, we're going to hit Control S. Now we're going to hit 90, I think it would be. No, it can be 180. So we're going to hit 180 on this. And it will actually turn for us. Now we're heading... this will be probably 270 we'll be heading. But now we're going to be heading 270. So 90, depending on which direction you're going, it's going to tell you a different cardinal direction. Now we're heading 270. So you guys see us. Every now and then I make mistakes on it too, as you can see. So you're never going to be perfect. But this is the basic functions of it. Oh no, we're missing a little bit on the left. What shall we do? So if you guys are ever missing anything on the left or right, or say you're running on another line coming down the other way and you're missing a little bit, all you're going to do is you're going to hit Alt and then page down in this instance to move it left. As you can see, my line is now moving, and we're going to get right on the edge here, right where we want to be. There's no offset, so now we have moved our line. We're still going to be heading the same direction, but it's going to move where my equipment starts. So now we're moving right to the edge of the field. We're perfectly aligned on the edge of the field. And again, that's just Alt page up to move to the right. Alt, this is left Alt as well. So left Alt page up, move to the right, left Alt page down to move to the left. Now we're perfectly aligned. Now say we're at the end of the field, we're going to want to do a U-turn here. What we're going to do is we're going to hit our U-turn. You see how the GPS is now going to direct me this way. If I hit Alt X here, you can see the tractor already knows where it should line back up. So we're going to hit this, come back around, and we're going to line straight back up with our plow. Alright, I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite features, guys. This is how we use it on a harvester. Using it on a harvester is a really good way to make sure you get the field done as quick as possible and as efficiently as possible. What we're going to do is we're going to hit Alt-C to turn on our satellite. We're going to go ahead and that stupid processor is getting a little noisy. We're going to go ahead and hit Control-S. Control-S is going to bring up our menu again. Now we're going to have to adjust everything again because we are on a new piece of equipment. Now it's going to be showing us our header. When we hit Auto Whip, it's going to show our header is 45 feet. So we're going to use our header, the 0 on the invert, and offset. We're going to go over to A plus B. We're going to change it to A plus heading. Set A. We're going to go back to our map. We're at 269. So normally what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hit 270. So let's do this. Set it to 270. We'll hit it 270. We're going to hit Alt X. That's going to keep us on. And here we go. We're moving. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit 3 on our keyboard or cruise control, whatever the hotkey is for you. We're almost perfect. We can actually move over a slight bit. So we're going to hit Alt and then page up again. It's going to move us over a little bit to keep us as efficient as possible. There we go. Now we're hitting everything perfectly. We're going to hit 3, hit your cruise control, and I'm going to go make a sandwich. All right, we have just finished our sandwich, and it is time to do a U-turn. What we're going to do, guys, is we are going to hit Alt-X when we get to the end of this. Most of you will have a headland built, which will make it a lot easier for a turnaround. For this purpose, I am not going to have a headland. We are just going to do a quick U-turn. We're going to pull out. We're going to turn it all the way around, and you see it already lines us up on our next path. Once you're satisfied with where you are, as long as you want to be as straight as you can, once you're ready, you can hit Alt-X, lower your header, and continue on your way. All right, and for our favorite feature of GPS is when I am fertilizing or dropping lime. These two instances, even throwing weed killer down. Whenever we are using one of those three instances where you are dropping stuff that cost a ton to buy, and we all hate buying it, whenever you're dropping that, make sure you are using it the best way possible. So let's go ahead and set our track here. Looks like we're pretty good, pretty lined up. All right, we're hitting it perfectly where we want to hit it. Whenever we set where we're ready to hit, this is where we're going to set our GPS. So again, we're at 270. So we're going to hit Alt-C. It's going to turn on our satellite. We're going to hit Control-S. It's going to set us up. It's 30 feet right now, so make sure we hit auto width. It's the only thing we have to worry about. 101 feet. It's going to set us up with. Invert still 0, so we're okay there. Then we're going to head over to the alignment. This is going to be our line method A plus heading. Set A, we're heading 270. 270, set cardinal. We're gonna hit B. We're gonna hit Alt-X. And we are moving. And you actually see that it's a little bit over. So with 101, we can even save even more fertilizer. So let's move it there. Now we're set up for the most efficient fertilizing possible. So as we move along, you'll see it's not spraying fertilizer anywhere that it doesn't need to be spraying fertilizer. Fertilizing, liming, or even using the weed trucks, this is the best way to do it. You get the most bang for your buck. You won't waste anything doing it this way. And again, whenever we get to the end of the field, we can just shut it off. Alt-X will turn off our steering. Q will let go of the trailer, but we're going to turn it back on. We're going to do our U-turn. This one we know we got to go a little bit wider, right? And this is why you keep lines on at first, so you can kind of get used to the size of your equipment, how big of a turnaround you have to do. Once we get semi-close, just go ahead and turn it back on. Make sure there's no large turns, and it'll stay adjusted for you. We're going to come back up. We're going to turn our fertilizer on, and it is perfectly aligned to where we are utilizing every inch of our fertilizer. We just unlocked an achievement. Happy plants. Happy plants. Using GPS, we got some happy plants. But that is it, guys, for the fertilizer. It is probably the most useful when dealing with fertilizer.